Welcome to my latest video. Today we're on the island of Kauai in Hawaii and the ship is docked in the port of Nawiliwili. So let's get started and cue intro. If you like the content, please remember to like and share. And click subscribe to get all the latest content. Here we are, we've just arrived. The ship is docking at the port of Nawiliwili. Today we haven't booked a shore excursion, we're going to do our own. This is because they don't go everywhere we want to, and if we did book one with Princess, it would cost about $300 per person. Now we're heading ashore because we've got a car booked through Turo today, which is like the Airbnb of the car world. These are all personally owned cars by the locals, which they can rent out through the app. When renting, these are fully insured because you can choose different insurance levels through the Turo app. This Honda here is our car for today, and this was just literally a 5-minute walk from the port. The owner of the car even gave us a free gift, which were these chocolates. Now heading on the Kauai highway to our next stop. So our first stop today is the Smith's River Cruise, which goes to the Fern Grotto. We booked this river cruise through their website. The river cruise and the stop at the Fern Grotto takes roughly an hour and 20 minutes. The cost of a river cruise will cost you $35 each for adults and $17.50 for children. Here we have the barges, which are the boats which will take you down the river. As you sit back and relax and enjoy your cruise down the river, they'll also have some live music, singing and hula dancing. This river is the only river on the island which can take boats.
My name is Ronnie Kid. Somebody old people pretty old. You know what? Help me out. Leave alone.
Here you can see what it's like on the boats and how the seating's set up. You'll see there's a lot of people from the Shore Excursion on the same boat as us. They have paid $155 each for this trip.
One hand on top of the other. Wiggle your thumbs around. Watch it. And you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's all. Now we women gotta do everything.
You might recognise this part of the river because it was used in Raiders of the Lost Ark for Indiana Jones. Here we have some of the hula dancing they perform on board.
Why don't you
Here we are approaching the jetty for the Fern Grotto. This is literally a 5-minute walk once you get off the boats. Unfortunately, you cannot go into the Fern Grotto anymore because of health and safety and rocks falling, but they have built a viewing platform so you can still see all the Fern Grotto. On the viewing platform. They'll perform for you. They'll have live music with a hula dancer. After the show, you have a short walk following a different path back to the boat. As you can see, our boat is called Rongi K, and on this video you get a good view of how the boat is set up. The little motor barge at the back is how the little barges are powered. Here you can see there's a lot of kayakers on the river which are available to hire. This place is near the start of the river but not at the Smith site.
The kayak guide blew the conch shell there, spreading the aloha, giving you guys a sample of what the conch shell does. That is a big shell, hollowed out in the middle.
After the riverboat cruise, we headed across to the Tropical Garden Paradise, which is on the same site as the Smith River cruise. The entry for here was just $10 each. We're now heading over to Lydgate Beach. We're back on the highway again. To the Tropical Gardens, we headed to the Coconut Marketplace, which was a shopping outlet just down the road. The next stop on our tour was Kauaʻi Museum. Our last stop of the day is for the Plantation Railway. We booked this directly through the website and it cost us $23 each.
little dated, doesn't it? These tracks are not as old as they may appear. In fact, the tracks that you see here were laid in 2006. And in fact, they were laid entirely by hands. No machinery. Hammers and spikes, one at a time. It took us 10 months to lay out 3.5 miles. It probably took us 10 months because none of us had laid a track in our lives up to that point. But we got to. Yeah, this particular banana here, this is the apple banana, right? Not as commercialized as the Cavendish. When you go to the store and you buy a typical banana, likely you're investing in a variety called Cavendish. And the only reason why you're buying into Cavendish is because the one before it died off thanks to disease. It's called the Gros Michel. It's gone now. Cavendish and Maui Gold on Maui. Yeah, Dole, that's a popular name when it comes to pineapple. Alright, Dole goes back to the late 19th century. James Dole, to name juices canned, and you'll realize that all of that juice comes from the Philippines. Right? So, great example of the shift, if you will, from agriculture. So clearly,
the highlight of this tour is definitely stopping at the pigs and feeding them. You even get a chance to feed the horses.
Yeah, tortillas are hard to throw.
That's a plant that is known as plumeria, right? And a lot of people will ask, hey, what's up with your trees? Are they dead? And I usually say, no, they're the other D word. They're deciduous. Excellent fruit, right? And then you can see them quite plainly on these trees. Coconuts have been around for a long time. In fact, there is some fossil evidence that it was here before people arrived. That being said, the Aboriginal population certainly made good use of the coconut. Right now, we're keeping a very close eye on our coconut trees, as there is a pest in town. It's called a coconut rhinoceros beetle, and there is a lot of evidence, actually.
Here we are dropping off our Turo car hire. All we had to do to drop it off was take some pictures, then just walk back to the ship, and in this picture you can see how close the ship is. As you can see from here, these apartments is where we picked up the cars, which are right outside the port gate. Sailing out of Nawiliwili, we have the Hawaiian ambassadors, which were playing the ukulele and doing the hula dance. Here we have my time lapse of sailing out of Nawiliwili port. I hope you enjoyed our tour on Kauai. This was our DIY Shore Excursion, which would have cost us well over $500 or $600 if we was to book a tour with Princess. If you like what you have seen, please give the video a like and a share. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment below. And please remember to click the subscribe button to get all the latest contents. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.